Hey guys, just a quick one today. I wanted to show you a way that you can get the exact decision maker of a job description. So if you're a recruitment consultant and you need to find out who does this role report to, sometimes that information is revealed on the job description. So what we have here is just a small example of some jobs that I imported from a Find Job search in Clay. And we have this prompt here that says reporting role. So if you take a look at this, edit this column. So it says analyze the job description to determine if it mentions who this role will report to. If it does not mention this, output null. If it does mention this, output the job title of the person this role will report to. Only output the job title of the person this role will report to. Do not output full sentences. And that only runs if other conditions are met. So we're qualifying the job first in earlier stages and making sure that it meets our criteria. So for example, making sure that it's in the right location, that it's not posted by another recruitment company or outsourcing company. And then we run this prompt if those conditions are met. So from there, we can use find contacts at company. The job title keywords is where you put in the reporting role response. So in this example, it's Senior Vice President of Engineering and Product. But the problem is, that did not give us anybody. You can see no profile was found. So I knew that this company definitely has an SVP of engineering. And so I thought, well, how else could we find them? So I Googled and found that person's profile on LinkedIn. And so then I ran this. So you could do this. What we're saying here is generate a JSON schema, like an array of data, of all possible logical and realistic permutations of the job titles mentioned in the reporting role response. So I gave it this example and said, if it's Senior Vice President of Engineering and Product, here are the permutations. Gave it a bunch of examples and said output this as a JSON schema and not as comma separated text. Gave it some context, chose JSON schema as the output format, generated the formula, and again put in the condition to say only do this if it didn't find the person in step one. Save that, and so it output in this example 37 permutations of this person's job title. All right, and then from there we ran the same step again, find contacts at company, but this time we're using the job title permutations, all 37 of them in this row, to find that person. And then again, we're putting in the locations we want, we're putting in the limit, so we only want to find 3 people per company. And then we're only running if job title permutations has values. So that ran, and this time it did find the person. And so from there, we write to another table. That person has been pushed into our key decision makers table, our KDMs table. And that's where we find their email address, generate sentences to reach out to them, and all that good stuff. Now, as a fallback, if the job description does not mention who the role reports to, you could have a fallback of saying, okay, let's find the founder, the CEO, the COO, and whatever job titles you want. So that's why we have this fallback column here, find contacts at company step 3, where we're just using founder, co-founder, CEO, COO, and variations of how you might say those, managing director, managing partner. Exclude the word executive assistant because some people have the job title executive assistant to the CEO, and we don't want to reach out to them, do we? So you can put in the locations, put in the limit of how many results you want to be returned, and then again put conditions in to say only run this if other conditions are not met. So like, as a fallback, if steps 1 and 2 don't work, run step 3. And then again, you need a write to table step for that one. And the reason why it says add the valid list here is because in this small subset of data, I don't have any rows that have met the conditions yet, but basically we would just push those people into the same key decision makers table. And so that's one way that you can find the exact person to whom a role will report, and then find their profile and find their email address and generate sentences for an outbound campaign. If you found this useful, then subscribe to my channel. I have a ton more content like this coming. And if you want to chat about how we can help you to build Clay workflows like this, to grow your business, then click on the link in the description and book a time in my calendar. And I look forward to talking with you soon. Cheers.